Hi guys, I'm back. Happy weekend, Friday evening, let's do this. Last time, what did we learn? Something about the Dragonfall, which was a dragon that actually fell with the Dragonfall. Makes sense. People thought it died a long time ago, but we found some DVD recordings that seem to imply the dragon did not indeed fall. So now we are kind of in the shit. The room goes quiet as everyone struggles to process what you've just seen on the DVD. Finally, Dietrich breaks the silence. A dragon, son of a bitch. Green Winters set us up against a dragon. The Firewing. Amsel's voice is thick with dread. She lives. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't just stay at the hotel. Iger ignores him. Wait a second, we don't know for certain. Dietrich lays a hand on Ager's shoulder. The evidence seems pretty convincing to me, love. I'll even take it a step further. I think that secret facility that we stumbled into was her lair. The room falls silent. Ager and Glory exchange glances. After a moment, Dietrich continues. Just think about it. The decker that Winters got those coordinates from was posting about Fürschwing. Then she was killed by that same orcish bastard that attacked us after Monica died. That's a direct link between the dragon, the scarred orc, and the Harfeld Manor. And then Winters was killed by the same thing that killed Monica. Exactly. My gut tells me that the dragon is down there, Wolf, someplace far beneath the surface. I think that we knocked on the door of her lair without even knowing it, and I think that, given what we've just seen, the dragon will do whatever it takes to keep us quiet about it. Okay, going on the assumption that there is a dragon, and that she will come after us, what do you propose we do about it? What shall we do about it? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to follow Winter's advice. We're going to find Vauclair. Yes, Wolf is right. Finding Vauclair should be our priority. If we're going up against a dragon, we need to find ourselves a dragon slayer. Ooh, me. Winter spent 20 years searching for Vauclair, and it got him nowhere. How do you propose that we find him? With the help of an information broker. Let me guess. Back to the coffee shop? For this? No. While Herb Baragazi is very capable, a task of this magnitude is beyond him. We need to make contact with the premier information broker in Berlin. We need to talk to Alice. Blitz scoffs at Amsel. Alice, best of luck, and I hope that you're rich. Amsel raises an eyebrow. For this, rich enough, even if only just. Who's this Alice? A most prominent figure in Berlin's shadow community, ex-Schockwellenreiter. She provides information retrieval services for the F-State. Amsel turns to the computer console behind him and runs his finger over a virtual keyboard. The machine begins to hum. If Winters was right, if Vauclair is still alive, she can help us find him. The console spits out a stick of black plastic. Amsel plucks it from the computer and hands it to you. Here, your key to speak with Alice. A cred stick? Amsel nods. An encoded cred stick, yes. 10,000 Nguyen. Alice will not show her face for less. This represents the last of my personal savings, Wolf. Make this meeting count. 10,000 Nguyen just to talk to her? Amsel nods. Her standard fee. Alice is in a position to ask it, and we're in no position to argue. Just like I said, why doesn't anyone listen to me? Where do I need to go? Take the U-Bahn to the Alstead Spandau. There, you'll find a connecting tube that the locals refer to as the rabbit hole. You'll find a method of contacting Alice there. Don't call it that in front of her though. Word on the street is she hates it. Please hurry. While you're out, I'll work on acquiring new contracts for the team. Alice is the best there is at what she does, and her services carry a price tag to match. Okay. Do we got any messages? Do we got any jobs? Nothing. Right, let's go to the U-Bahn station. Come on, Dante. I have two mission markers. Discuss your findings with Amsel. And take the U-Bahn. Both of those. Did I? Okay, I'm sorry. We have to go back and talk to Amsel because that was not checked off. Or is that like, discuss my findings after I've taken the U-Bahn? Okay, it must be. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm wasting your time. It's a wasting of my time. It is a wasting of my time. Are you coming with, Pooch? Right, where are we? Where are we? The only active console in the derelict span of the U-Bahn platform is an old video arcade machine. The CRT monitor set into the machine's cabinet glows invitingly. Cheerful, pixelated graphics swirl and dance on the screen. At the base of the controller panel you find a cleverly hidden input port. The port is shrouded in black plastic and it appears to be the approximate shape of a typical cred stick. Internal motors grip the cred stick and pull it into the machine. It disappears into the port and the screen goes black. Moments later, a video image fills the screen. The picture is dark and grainy, a far cry from the bright, colourful sprites that previously inhabited the display. On the screen is a dimly lit office. The place looks like it was pulled straight from an old detective movie. From the Venetian blinds on the window to the great swathes of shadow that paint the walls black. Centre stage, sitting behind a large mahogany desk, is the silhouette of an impressive-looking woman in a charcoal grey suit. The tip of a cigarette glows cherry red in the shadows. She leans forward into the light, and you catch your first glimpse of Alice. Her face is all hard planes and sculpted angles, with high cheekbones and almond eyes. Her lips are painted a frigid blue, but the look in her eyes is even colder. A head of lustrous black hair is interspersed with flowing streams of cyan light. Alice exhales a plume of smoke, then tips her cigarette into a nearby ashtray. She fixes her eyes on you, and her lips curl into a humorless smile. We're on your dime, friend. Tell me what you're looking for. I need you to find someone for me, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. She raises an eyebrow. The Dragon Slayer? Interesting. He's been missing for a long time. Yes he has. The question is, can you find him? She looks you in the eye and the smile disappears. Her voice is all business. If he's out there somewhere, I'll find him for you. He could be living under an assumed name in California Free State, and I'd still track him down. And if he's not alive, I'll tell you where you can find his corpse. Speaking of corpses, Alice, I think that I might know who you really are. Oh? Alice leans towards you. Her smile spreads into a predatory grin. Do tell. There was a member of Echo Mirage named Alice. Alice Hefner. She died back in 2029 fighting the crash virus. Rumor has it, she still exists in the Matrix. Still calls herself Alice, too. An interesting theory, but I fear that my price to confirm or deny it would fall well out of your price range. Alice leans back in her chair. For now, let's get back to the business at hand. Alice steeples her fingers. Alright, here's how this is going to work. When you give me the go-ahead, I'm going to start gathering information for you. Once I've finished, you're going to bring me a cred stick encoded with an encryption key that I'll provide you. The cred stick will have 50,000 nuyen on it. 50k? Fuck. When I get my cred stick, you get your information. This is the deal. Take it or leave it. Uh, price gouging, huh? For a neo-anarchist, you have an awful lot. You behave an awful lot like an old-world profiteer. Alice smiles sweetly at you. I wasn't aware that there was a difference between the two. In all seriousness, I'm charging you what the job is worth. Do you know how much work it takes to find a digital ghost? There's going to be wet work, breaking into government archives. Hell, I might even have to commission an expedition into the SOX. This is a serious undertaking, friend. Now, do we have a deal or don't we? Yup. Okay, but remember, you say go and I go. From that point on, you're on the hook to pay me my fee. No turning back, no refunds. Are we square on this? To hell with it. I'll pay whatever you want, just get me Vauclair. Good. I'll be in touch. Screen goes black. Moments later, the machine reboots. The colourful sprites that you saw when you first approached the arcade cabinet return. There's nothing more to see here. Alice is gone. What was that? Hyper! Okay, let's go back. First of all, he's probably a good indication of whether I need to go around town and talk to everyone again. As you approach Blitz, she gives you an easy smile. Nothing we haven't talked about. Okay, I don't think I asked Glory, actually. She didn't want to talk to me after... Or was it Igo? Oh, for fuck's sake. Why won't anyone talk to me? Why? Wolf, did you make contact with Alice? Yeah, I did. She accepted your payment, and I ordered the search for the information we need. Very good. I can't imagine that this will be cheap. What was Alice's stated price? You're right on that count, 50,000 nuyen. He shrugs. It's about as I'd expected. Thankfully, we're prepared. I've established contact with a number of new clients. You can find information on the jobs logged on your mission computer. One job's file is on there already. While you're working to earn Alice's fee, I'll continue to dig for clues about Furschwing. If she is, in fact, roosting under the Harfeld Manor, then there must be some evidence to support that fact. A dragon is a large thing to hide, after all. Be careful, Paul. Remember what happened to Monica. I will never forget. Don't worry, Wolf. I'm going to conduct my investigation the old-fashioned way, through contacts and deduction and careful observation. I will not jack into the Matrix until this entire sorry episode is finished. That's probably wise. Speaking of doing things the old-fashioned way, Malit is working to recover information off those old DVDs. It's a painstaking process and it will not be quick, but she is optimistic that she will be successful in time. Finally, I've been checking up on our friend, the Orc with the skin grafts. I haven't heard anything back yet, but I'll keep you appraised of the situation as it develops. Sounds good, Paul. I'll check up on those jobs. One last thing before you go, Wolf. Samuel Beckenbauer wanted me to pass a message to you. Do you know him? The orc who runs the shelter across the way? Yeah, we met. Ah, well, he has a job for you. He wouldn't discuss it with me, but he promised that it would prove worth your time. Right. Raise 50,000, speak to Sam Beckenbauer. Let's go talk to him first. Wait, it was her doing the DVDs, right? Let's talk to her as well. You have nothing for me. Fine. Hello again, my friend. What can I do for you? I heard you wanted to talk about a job. Yes, I do. Thank you for coming so promptly. He takes a deep breath, slowly releases it, and looks you in the eye. Tell me, what do you know about the Humanist Polyclub? They're an anti-metahuman hate group. He nods. The largest and most well-funded of its kind. The instigators of the Night of Rage, and the enemy of everything that I stand for. Night of Rage? A worldwide race riot that took place in February of 2039. Thousands of innocent metahumans were attacked, beaten, and killed. Women and children were corralled into warehouses for protection, and then burned alive when the structures were put to the torch. This is what the Humanist stands for. This is the agenda that its leaders strive to advance. They will not be satisfied until all metahumans everywhere are driven from the face of the earth. If you want me to go up against Humanus, it's going to cost you. Yes, your Herr Amsel informed me of your business practices. Rest assured, you will be paid. Now, if we may discuss the details of the job. Yeah? Yesterday, I overheard one of my assistants talking on his comm. He was yelling, clearly agitated. I questioned him, and he confided in me. What he told me made my blood run cold. What did he tell you? His brother, Tuck, works for a smuggling operation based in Schattenest. Apparently, these smugglers have accepted a contract from Volkner Stahl. Stahl is a vicious ideologue, and the leader of the Berlin chapter of the Humanists. The cargo that the smugglers are delivering includes a large quantity of an extremely hazardous chemical agent. Naturally, this fills me with unease. Whatever Stahl has planned, it can't be good for us. I want you to infiltrate the smuggling operation that's delivering the shipment. Once you arrive at the Humanist compound, you'll find out what they're planning to do with the chemical and put a stop to it. Yeah, what makes you think they'll talk to me? I'm no more human than you are. Many of the smugglers are metahumans. If you travel with them, Humanus will allow you into the compound. The rest will be up to you. Why would Humanus deal with a metahuman run operation? Presumably because they're the best option available. Stahl is nothing if not a pragmatist. He will work with metahumans when it suits him to do so. When he's finished with them, he'll discard them and move on. Wouldn't it be easy to just hijack the shipment? Why allow it to get to the Humanist compound at all? He shakes his head. No, stopping the shipment would not stop Humanus. They would merely acquire another. For a pack of snarling racists, they're extremely well funded. Let's talk compensation. What does this gig pay? I've contacted sister organizations across Berlin and taken up a collection. Between us, we've raised 22,000 Nuyen as a payment. I trust this will be sufficient? I know how much money you non-profits keep for yourselves. You can scrape together more cash than that, and you know it. He lets out a deep sigh. You're wrong about my organization. I keep nothing for myself. Nothing. But I will see what I can do. I might be able to call in some favors and raise another 500. Yeah. Okay. He nods. Excellent. I'm relieved. I'll make the arrangements for your meeting with the smugglers. Their leader is an elf who calls himself Maxim. Take the U-Bahn to Schattenest, and you will find him waiting there. Best of luck to you, Wolf, and good hunting. Know that you're doing a great thing for the metahumans of Berlin. Your efforts will not go unrecognized. Let's do it! Hey, Dietrich. A lone figure stands in the U-Bahn station. Dietrich. He raises the bottle at your approach, then tosses it away. Figured I'd run into you here, boss. Wanted to be sure that I caught you before you headed off. He takes a deep breath, then slowly releases it, looks you in the eye. Wolf, we need to have a talk about this Humanist gig. Okay. Well, I've got a history with Humanus. I fought him back in 39 during the Night of Rage. Hell of a thing that was. I remember the terror, the senseless violence, the murdered children. I remember this little dwarf boy. They stuffed his body in the gutter, Wolf. I can still see his face, all bruised and broken. To this day, it makes my blood boil. Anyway, long story short, we beat him. Berlin's punks and anarchists all came together, and we stomped the living dreck out of those racist pigs. A lot of good people died that night, but we put down some of the bad ones too. Let me guess, you want to come on the Humanist run so you can finish the job? That's part of it, sure, but it's not the whole story. I don't just want to come on this run, boss. I have to come. It's my nephew, Alexander. He signed on with Humanis, driven to it by his worthless sack of a dad, no doubt. I take it his father, your brother, is a Humanis member too? Nah, that'd take a level of conviction, a quality that he thoroughly lacks. My best guess is that he's treating Humanis as a boarding school. They feed and house their recruits, and that's money that he'd rather spend on himself. So he dumped his boy off on them, never mind the fact that they're fascist swine. Dietrich looks you in the eye. I've got to get Alexander out of there, Wolf, before it's too late. Those monsters are experts at warping young minds. It's how their disgusting ideology propagates. So I'm asking you as a personal favor to let me come along on the run. I have to get that compound. I have to find Alexander. I have to turn him around before those animals make him do something unforgivable. Yes. Okay. Thanks, boss. Never doubted you'd bring me. Of course, you're too good a man for that, but it's good to hear all the same. Right, let's go then. Assemble the team and travel to the Shat Nest to infiltrate the blah 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 blah. In addition to your team, your fixer has access to a small network of mercenaries as you complete missions, blah blah blah. Pomelo? Okay, so my team's free, or I can hire... Hey, Lucky Strike is the woman we talked to in the wine bar, right? Or the beer cellar, or whatever the fuck the place was called. Let's take Glory, Dietrich, and Iger. You know, the OG crew, right? What do we think? Yep. The U-Bahn rattles to a halt at the edge of the Kreuzberg. You're only a few blocks away from the Shat Nest, the Kias that Maxim and his smugglers call home. According to Samuel, they should be expecting you. Ba-bum-bum. No one's able to use that pistol. Okay. Look, boss, I just want to thank you for bringing me along on this one. It means a lot. Even Shadowrunners have families. Alexander, he's a good kid, you know? If I'd been there for him, if I hadn't run off to Berlin, left him with his worthless sack of a dad, he'd never have fallen in with those Humanist pigs in the first place. The expression on Dietrich's face softens, and he claps you on the shoulder. Let's go find my nephew, and let's crack all the Humanist skulls we can along the way. The fuckers have it coming in more ways than I can count. Hello, food cart vendor. A matronly woman with a round face and kind eyes greets you. Her apron is caked with what looks like about a year's worth of grease. Guten Tag, what can I get you? What do you have? Well, today we have soya-based currywurst for 5 New Yen, or a soup and a sandwich combo for 10. Good, simple, stick-to-your-ribs food, perfect for a cold day like this. I will eat some food. She hands you a small cup of steaming soup and a sandwich. You take a quick bite and swig down some soup. It's wonderful. Delicious, thank you. She favors you with a motherly smile. Sure thing, honey. The vendor pauses a moment, then steeples her pudgy fingers. We don't see many strangers down at this end of the line. In case you hadn't noticed, things are a little run down out here. You weren't thinking of heading out past the wall, were you? As a matter of fact, I was. Well, it doesn't make any difference to me, but you be careful out there. The people on the other side of that wall, well, they've got no respect for anybody. I'll be careful. Uh-huh. Well, best of luck to you. And don't say I didn't warn you. Thanks, food vendor lady. Searching the dead drop, you find a package with the telltale markings of the shock-quelling writer. Humanis. This is an open request for information on current and past donors to the Humanis Polyclub. Identifying information such as home addresses and photographs is preferred. The presence of this hate group and its supporters will no longer be tolerated within our community. We will expose them to the harsh light of truth. The timely delivery of this information will be well rewarded. Freedom, equality, information. Shock-quelling writer. A rough-looking dwarf with a fire plug build holds out his hand as you approach. Whoa there, Beanpole. I don't know where you think you're headed, but you should turn around and go back the way you came. Beanpole? Seriously? Didn't mean no offense, but look at me. He gestures at himself. Compared to me, every elf is a beanpole. Ain't a bad thing, just the way it is. He crosses his arms over a barrel chest and cranes his neck to look you in the eye. Look, we're not trying to be hard-asses here. Our job is to keep folks on that side of the wall out. If you really want to head out, we're not going to stop you. But consider this a friendly warning. There's a reason why we're stationed here. There are gangs out there that'd skin you alive as soon as look at you. Well then, I'll just have to skin them first. He shrugs. Alright, be my guest. Go play with the torture gangs. Something tells me you'd be a better fit out there anyway. He gestures to the troll behind him. Let him by, Sergey. Be careful out there. I've not missed nothing. Okay, there's Maxim. Let's go search. Oh, I can't get past it. Boo! I want to explore. The figure at the center of the group shoots you an insolent glance. His fine elvish features match Samuel's description. This must be Maxim, your smuggler liaison. Well, well, if it isn't the muscle that Tuck promised us. Look who it is, everybody. The new hires have elected to grace us with their presence. Nice of you to join us. He glances at the PDA on his wrist, then looks back up at you. When he speaks again, his voice is sharp and humorless. You're late, chummer. I'm here, that's all that matters. He lets out a theatrical sigh. Well, you come highly recommended, so I suppose I'll overlook it. If we run into trouble, you'll be glad to have me around, I guarantee it. His mouth twists into a smirk. I certainly hope so, for your sake. Without another word, he turns and slaps the side of a bulldog step van. A step van? What's a step van? A second van of the same design rumbles to life a few feet away. Pile in, people, and be ready. There's rough country between us and the meeting site. We might run into trouble along the way. "20 minutes into your trip, the van comes to a screeching halt. Maxim presses his face to the passenger window. From the mix of anger and dread in his face, you can tell that he doesn't like what he sees. Damn it. I knew this was going to happen. I fucking knew it. He cranes his neck around to look you in the eye. Everybody pile out of the van, and get ready, Wolf. We're going to need some muscle in a second. As you take your position outside the van, you hear a shrill voice bark out an order. A pair of portable gun turrets begin to self-calibrate in response. Sweeping your gaze over the gang as assembled before you, You identify the owner of the voice, a leathery woman with wild hair and a mirthless smile. She calls out again, her voice brimming with pride. Hello there, welcome to Rambok territory. Maxime licks his lips, his eyes scanning over the ganger's hastily assembled roadblock. This kiosk belongs to the surf turf slag, has for months. You better clear out of our way before they show up and force you out. Surf turf? Those tunnel rats? They're ancient history. Go ahead and call them if you don't believe me. Her face twists into an ugly smile. Scream as loud as you want. They won't hear you. We buried them last week. Maxime's expression turns stony, but his voice remains calm. Congratulations on your victory. You must have taken some losses in the fight, though. I'm betting you're not at 100%. Why don't you let us cross the bridge in peace? There's no need for any bloodshed today. You know what? You're absolutely right. We don't need to fight. You just pay us a small toll, and we'll be more than happy to let you cross our bridge. I'm thinking, say, 500 nuyen per van. Her voice turns cold. Otherwise, you better find another way to get where you're going, because this bridge is ours, and nobody crosses without paying the toll. Nobody. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe this does need to get violent. Maxime turns to you. Get ready to ventilate these assholes, Wolf. We've got a schedule to keep. No, I don't want to be a complete fuck. You attack everyone. We've got your back. He nods and draws his weapon. Good. Maxime's voice comes out in a roar. Take him down, boys. Open fire. What are you standing behind me for, you asshole? Right, it is my turn. Should we get him to go and summon a spirit? Nice. Ba 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 ba. Oh yeah. That was sick. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? One target, one target. I can only do one targets. Can I give myself a haste? For a start. And then do a... Let's destroy that motherfucker! Oh god, there's more of them. Right. One. Ha ha ha. Very nice, very nice. Right, who are the bad guys? You. That is you dead. Ah, fuck you all. Is that everyone's line of sight blocks? Motherfucker. Right, who's wounded? Wolf is not wounded. Igar is a little bit. Glory isn't. Is that gonna hurt Glory? It might do. I'm sorry, Glory, I critted you. Oh, I'm so sorry, Glory. I am gonna... What do you mean no wound to heal? It says wounded, I can see it. This is outrageous. Yeah, you're going down. $41. We can give it a go. We missed. We hit. What's this? Nerve bolt. Should we give it a go? Oh, you. You can spend 2 movement coming around here. And another movement coming here. There we go. Well done, everybody. Is there anything to collect around here? Let's, you know, be thorough. Come on, team. We got the looting and the shooting to do. There is no looting to be done. Maxime wipes his face with a handkerchief. The cloth comes away wet with blood-streaked sweat. Well, that was unpleasant. All part of the job, though, huh? You tell me. You're the big-time smuggler. I'm just hired muscle, remember? Yeah, well, trust me, it happens. I'm just glad that I had you here to cover me. Always good to have a competent man at your back. Maxime pauses for a moment before continuing. I got to admit, Wolf, this attack has made me nervous. We're running late, we're low on ammo, and there's no time to call in for reinforcements. Whichever way you slice it, we won't be going into this meet at our best. When we roll up on the meeting site, be ready. We may need the element of surprise if negotiations go south. Agreed. That ambush was more than a little convenience. Couldn't have said it better myself. The courtyard of the Humanus compound is strangely quiet. The only activity that you notice is the clatter of mechanized gates as they rumble shut behind the vans. The bulldogs roll to a stop. You step out alongside Maxime and the rest of the smugglers. There are crates here, a lot of crates, all scattered in various stages of disorganization. It looks as though your delivery is just one of many that this branch of Humanus has received. The smugglers unload the cargo from their vans with practiced efficiency. The whole operation feels polished and professional, but you can tell that Maxime is nervous. You can see it in his eyes. The smugglers finish unloading the last of the crates, then take up position around the van. Minutes pass. Nobody comes to meet you. No welcoming party? Maxime shakes his head. This isn't a good sign. It's almost as if they didn't expect us to make it here. He nods. My thoughts exactly. This puts us in a bad spot, Wolf. I'm not sure what our next step is. Your next step is to sit out here. Mine is to go inside. I've got a job to do. His eyes widen. You're not hired muscle at all, are you? You're a Shadowrunner, here on a job. That's right, but there's no reason why I can't help you out while I'm doing it. You're serious, aren't you? You're really going in there. He takes a step back. Well, be my guest. I won't get in your way. When you make it back, if you make it back, we'll be out here waiting for you. There's a warning label plastered onto the side of this container. Judging by the amount of small print on the label, whatever's being stored in here is extremely bad news. Warning. Highly dangerous chemical agent. Do not take internally. Avoid contact with skin, eyes, mouth and clothing. Increases aggression and reduces impulse control when inhaled. Avoid breathing fumes or vapor. Important. Do not proceed unless material safety data sheet has been read and understood. Huh. Interesting. Right, come on team. How are we looking, by the way? Am I looking healthy? I am. The Humanus compound smells like a locker room and doesn't look much better. Calling the building run down would be an understatement. Paint is peeling off the cheap Duraplast walls, and the tiles on the floor are mired with decades worth of grime. It's an old, ugly place, perfectly suited to the old, ugly ideology being practiced here. You enter the compound. The information that Samuel Beckenbauer sent you here to find lies somewhere ahead. What was that? Let's start looting. There is a large red 1. There is a large red 2. A large red 3. Four. 5. 6. Okay, 6 codes we need to find. Come on, team. Oh, we've been spotted by a camera. This console consists of text entry field and a virtual keypad. Written along the top of the screen is an imposing word. Font is the word armory. Open. That was not correct. What if we try something like admin? No. We definitely saw some people scurry away, right? There's a handwritten note sitting on the table. Hey, Capel. You come highly recommended. Anyone who did what you did to those elves will go far around here. You can hit the kitchen anytime, but otherwise stay close unless otherwise told. Your locker code is 2619, locker 3. 2619, locker 3. Let's go get it. The locker opens with a click. There's a note inside. Recruit Capel, your enthusiasm at the rally was more than commendable. Those Trog bastards really got what was coming to them. Volker wants to see you right away. His personal code is Pride. Share this with no one. Pride? So might this be like anger? Or rage? Wait, rage? What are the other deadly sins? Like gluttony, pride, greed. Wait, maybe it's got to be in caps. Lust. Envy. Wrath. Sloth. Gluttony. Oops. I guess we try pride anyway. Pride. Nope. It was a good theory, right? come and inspect this turret. The turret is powered down. Power up the turret and set it to attack your enemies. Hell yeah. Hails yeah. We've got a Humanist terminal here. The Humanist Polyclub logo fills the majority of the screen on this terminal. A welcome message written in a cartoonish, aggressive font appears below. Operations account information downloaded. You gain access to a list of Humanist safe houses with some neon in the right hands. Nice. After a few minutes of sifting through the account sheets, you find what you're looking for. A complete donor list for the Berlin chapter of Humanis. You download the list to your PDA. There are quite a few well-known names on the list, including a billionaire philanthropist and a children's Tridio show host. You assholes. A list of the newest batch of Humanis recruits scrolls onto the screen. Alright, here's the latest group of recruits. Some of them are already showing signs of promise. Recruit 3 is Alexander Farber. Make sure that they get assigned to their bunks in alphabetical order this time, Syed. I keep losing track of who was who in the last batch. As always, I'm changing the code for my office. The new code is Pride. Wait, Recruit 3 was Alexander. But the note didn't say Alexander, did it? You download a file containing the recruit's numeric key codes. Yeah, it's a Capel. 2619261. Oh, hell yes, we've got all of them. The file cabinet is crammed full of Humanist propaganda. Human, you work hard, you play fair, and still, you can't get ahead. But have you ever wondered why? The answer is simple. The elf is using the orc and the troll as muscle against you. Think about it. When you turn on your Tridio after a hard day's work, who do you see? The pampered elf, basking in the lap of luxury, squandering the money that you could be using to feed your children. When you walk through a dark alley on your way home from the market, what do you fear? The mongrel orc and the savage troll, lying in wait to rob you of your hard-earned gains. The elf, the orc, the troll, all are parasites leeching away at the prosperity and happiness. It's time to wake up and do something about it. So what are you going to do, human? Support the Humanist Polyclub. Together, we will show pride in what we are and defend ourselves from the jackals at our door. Humanist forever. Human. They say that you can't get a job because of the economy, but you know the real reason. Metahumans. The elf, with his pretty boy looks, takes the high-paid corporate desk job, rises to the top, and blocks the top position forever, never aging, never retiring. The orc is willing to work for table scraps, driving the cost of labor down and depriving you of a decent wage. The troll takes all the manual labor jobs. That's right, not even the sweat of your own brow can earn you a living these days. Join Humanis and turn the tide on the economic repression. Humanis forever. Human. Ever wonder why dwarf shops are all family run? Free labor. And whose businesses suffer? You guessed it, we, the humans, wind up paying in reduced sales and lost wages. Every day, another dwarf-run store opens, and every time that happens, more dwarves flock to our neighborhoods, driving good, honest, human businesses out. They say it's for community, they say it's for protection, but why can't they keep it in their own neighborhoods? What are they hiding? Stand up for your people. Stand up for what's right. Join the Humanist Polyclub. Humanist forever. Let's go open these lockers, shall we? See who's got what. Start from the start, I guess. Oh, how do I know? Right, 414176. Nice. The locker opens with a click. Strewn in among a pile of dirty clothes, you find a cred stick. Wonderful. Next. 2619 we did. 1409. The locker opens with a click. You find a note. Alexander, you have seemed less than enthusiastic in our education sessions. Please understand that we are not a shelter. We are a factory. A factory that refines the dross of society, people like you, into strong, pure warriors for humanity. In the future, see to it that you are on time and well rested. If you drop the ball again, we're going to have a little talk about your future in this organization. Volker Stahl. Dietrich snatches the note out of your hands. I knew it. I knew that Alex wouldn't buy into that bullshit. He reads the note over again, his lips moving with the syllables. Come on, boss. He's still here somewhere. There's still time. Okay, so that was number 2. And it was 1409, so it's Farber. Alexander Farber, 1409, okay. 3706. Got a nitro. Uh, 2114. Locker opens with a click. It's empty. Why would it be empty? Ugh. And finally, 1106. You find a note. Friedrich, I'm pleased with how well you're doing. To show my growing trust in you, I'm giving you a new assignment in addition to your trainee duties. Beginning tomorrow, I would like you to tidy the armory. The access code is Purity. See that you don't forget it. Tomorrow evening, I will expect to see a full inventory of the weapons in our arsenal by nightfall. With it, you will deliver me a requisition order for the weapons of your choosing. Your pick, my boy. I'll leave it up to you. Congratulations, Friedrich. This honor is well deserved. Awesome. Purity. Let's just... Yeah, we'll hack that. Renraku's top-of-the-line flash grenade. Cavalier's midline frag grenade. Lots of grenades. Very nice. Blah, 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 blah. Shotgun! Favorite shotgun of the corpsec. Wait, do I have to send it to... Okay, I'll send it to Stash. And another pistol. Well, that was awfully fun, wasn't it? Raiding this this place's stash. Setting up the turrets so that they are my friends. So this must be Pride, I guess. The Humanist Polyclub logo fills the majority of the screen on this panel. A welcome message written in a cartoonishly aggressive font appears below. Enter door code. A data entry field, blah blah blah, this will be Pride. The door unlocks with a faint click. Operation False Flag Planning Report. Hello. A stocky man in a military surplus jacket enters the room. He's flanked on either side by a pair of young women. Their faces are masked by white kerchiefs, and each of them carries an unholstered pistol. Lower your weapons, girls. We have a guest. The soldiers exchange glances, then lower their sidearms. They look at you, their stares full of hatred and bile. There, that's better. His lip curls into a mirthless smile. I have shown you hospitality, elf. Now it's time for you to return the favor. So tell me, why are you here? I'm here with the smugglers. We brought your shipment and we're waiting to be paid. Oh, don't you worry. Your friends are already being taken care of. His smile widens. Trust me, they'll get everything that's coming to them. Was that supposed to be scary? Because I'm not impressed. Patience, Dandelion Eater. By this time tomorrow, you'll be plenty impressed. I guarantee it. Insult me again and I'll break you in two. With those dainty little arms? I don't think so, elf. Besides which, if you force me to have my men kill you now, you'll miss the big show. He offers you a broad smile. It's going to be glorious, elf. That gas that you hauled in for us, it's gonna prove every word that we've been saying. The trogs, the halfers, the goddamn dandelion eaters. One whiff of this stuff, and they're gonna tear each other apart. And then they'll spill into the good human neighborhoods, where we'll be waiting to stop them. You just watch and wait, mongrel. Stahl gives you a broad grin. It'll be a bloodbath. You're going to drive a bunch of metahumans crazy in order to prove that metahumans are crazy? You're pathetic, Stahl. The smile fades from his face. I've heard just about enough insolence from you. I might have my men teach you some manners. The sound of hurried footsteps echoes down the hallway behind you. The humanist leader smiles. And as luck would have it, here they come now. Dietrich's eyes go wide. He takes a step towards the nearest humanist gunman. Alexander! The youth blinks in surprise. He half lowers his weapon. Uncle Dietrich? Shoot him, Alexander. This man is an intruder and a traitor, come here to do us harm. If you're going to put a shell in someone, put it in Stahl. He's a monster, Alex, and I know that you can see that. The humanist gunmen flanking Stahl exchange uncertain glances. One begins to raise a pistol, but hurriedly lowers it when the humanist leader steps forward. Stahl fixes Alexander with a stern gaze. You swore an oath to us, Alexander. You will be a man and keep it. I... Listen to Dietrich, Alexander. He's a good man. Is he? Where the hell was he when my dad used to beat the shit out of me? Where was he when I got tossed out on the street? I didn't know, Alex. By the time I found out, the damage had already been done. Alexander, you will listen to me and obey your oath. I don't know. I don't know what to do. It's up to you, Alex, but you have to make a choice. If you betray your kind to join these meta lovers, we will put you down, boy. You hear that? We will kill you. Shakily, Alexander raises his rifle, levels it at Dietrich's head. Uncle Dietrich, The barrel of the rifle trembles in Alexander's arms. I'm sorry. Dietrich locks eyes with his nephew. His voice is low and soft. Do what you have to do, Alex. It's your choice. Do it, you stupid boy! Do it! Without a word, Alexander wheels around and points the rifle at Stahl. The Humanist leader recoils in alarm. Alexander levels the weapon, and all hell breaks loose. Ow! Right. Who's this? You got claws, girl. We got Dietrich. We got Glory. We got me. Don't miss. Come on. Thank you. Oh, Dietrich. Be a dear and blow these two up. Can you see anyone down here? I'm gonna guess no. So what we'll do is we'll have you... Wait, shotty. Oh, do I control Alexander as well? That's awfully nice of them to let me do this. Why can't I Overwatch? Targets blah blah blah, end your turn. Yeah, I want to do it. Why can't I Overwatch? Let me Overwatch, goddammit. Probably because there's people here. My poor gun turret. Nice. Let's get you down here. Let's give you a little bit more economy. Doop-a-doop-boo-boo. Oh, Christ. Ah, ba 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 ba. Let's give us all a bit of cover. And why don't we see if he'll hit? He will not hit. Change to your sniper rifle. And do some proper damage. That is it, Iger. Son of a bitch. Son of a. You missed. I would like to deal some damage. This guy's got some proper health going on, hasn't he? How much health did he have? 45. Nice. There is another one, right? Where did he go? That's going to take 2 to get around there. God damn it. Come on, everyone. So I'll start making a move. Oh, there's more. They seem to not know what they're doing. Okay, well done. Very good. Whoosh. Oh, so close. Okay, you did. Is there more? Is there more? And if there is, right, who's hurt? Alexander's hurt. Glory's a little bit hurt. But she has no wounds to heal, apparently. And he has no wounds to heal. But you clearly do. Why are you lying? I have absolutely no idea where the enemies are supposed to be. Are they hiding? Tiger, can you come in here and see if there's one in here? Glory, you need to hang around a bit until you get healed. Ah. Oh, Dietrich, baby. Get down here and also heal. Heal our lady love. I'm getting closer. Right, is that it? Or is there more? That would be a yes, there's more. Uh-oh. Is there no way to like climb through there? That looks like it's somewhere I should be able to climb through, right? Glory, perhaps you should be a darling and get back over here. Dietrich will patch you up a little bit. Why can't I overwatch? Okay. She wounded? No, she's not. Right. In you come. In I come. Let's fuck them up like that. Let's get you. fuck's sake. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Are you having a fucking shitting laugh? 89%. You heal Alex. Right, come on, girl. Jesus Christ. Okay, are we good? Everyone happy? Let's go see what this was all about. If there's anything to pick up in here. There's a jack in place. Wait, what's happening now? Jack in. Oh, I don't have a jack in port, do I? I understand. Okay, I think we're done in here. Let's go see how our friends have been getting on outside. You burst through the door to the Humanist compound into the crisp night air. You're not far from your extraction point. Time to go. Yay! 100 million billion more people. Alexander, I've been tasked with keeping you alive, and that is what I shall do. Who's that? For my part, we've got multiple people we can hit with this thing. Not really. I would have liked them to be a bit more clustered, but fuck it. Dietrich, I'd like you to come down here and heal our close combat lady, please. Can you stop missing? Right, you're a Humanist mage. Alexander, you can finish this guy off, right? Yeah. I can absolutely get that guy. Okay. Right, who's left? You are. I will kill you. Three damage. Wow. Nice. Right, can you run down here and then... It was worth a punt. Where are you going? Where did he go? I can't see him. Where did he go? Ah. Stop missing, Glory! You're useless! There we go. I kept Max alive. I eliminated the Humanist opposition. Everyone is very happy with me. Everyone is happy with me. Talk to this guy. Maxime looks up at the sound of your approach. If he's surprised to see you, he doesn't show it. Crazy night, huh? He pulls a flask from his jacket pocket and takes a long swig, then looks you in the eye. I hope that this was worth the trouble. Any luck finding our money in there? Nope. I don't think they ever had it to begin with, but I guarantee you they'll think pretty hard before crossing smugglers again. I can live with that. Thank Christ that's over with. You okay, Alexander? The young man looks shell-shocked. He holds his rifle clenched tight in his trembling hands. Yeah, Uncle Dietrich. Yeah, I'm okay. But those guys, I knew them. One of them was my bunkmate. I killed him. Couldn't be helped. If you hadn't, he'd have killed you. Believe it. We're gonna take you away from here, back to the cruise bazaar. Get you the help that you need. Yeah, okay, Uncle. Okay. Dietrich glances over his shoulder, locks eyes with you. Thanks for this, boss. My nephew's safe and I owe you. One other thing. The Dragon Slayer is happy too. We just did a ballsy thing, protected my family, and gave a monster a bloody nose in the process. It wasn't a big deal, Dietrich. I would have brought you along anyway. Appreciate it. but you should know that he's happy, all the same. He grins. You should also know that when the Dragon Slayer is pleased, he tends to be generous with his rewards. You have my attention. The grin widens. Yeah, I thought it might. I can feel the power coursing through me, boss. I don't know what form it'll take yet, but it's there, and soon enough I'll be able to use it. I don't mean to break this up, but we need to get moving. Kid, you're with us. The rest of you, pile into that other van. You can continue having your moment when we get back to Shatnest. Let's go! The U-Bahn ride home feels especially comforting today. The Berlin chapter of the Humanist Polyclub has suffered a terrible blow, and you're the one who dealt it. Volker Stahl's plan to incite a wave of bloody violence across Berlin has been derailed. It isn't often that a Shadowrunner gets to prevent an atrocity on the job. Your PDA rings, and the face of your fixer, Paul Amsel, appears on the screen. Wolf, I have information to discuss about the estate. Please come as soon as you can. Hello again, my friend. What can I do for you? How is Silk doing? Yes, she mentioned you sent her. I don't know what you told her, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, or at least I want to talk to you about your organization, accepting donations. The new library is marvelous, Wolf. You have worked miracles for this organization. Our next goal is to purchase a set of Trode nets for our new work training program. I have high hopes for this plan, Wolf. With these devices, we could teach job skills to the least educated members of our society in a fraction of the time that it would take them to learn on their own. With 400 Nuyen, we could make the purchase. Yeah, sure. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, my friend. Not a big deal, Sam. Do good with it. I can scarcely believe it. With this donation, we've met our penultimate goal. I'll send a volunteer to the Data Haven to acquire the Trode nets. In the meantime, I will make the happy announcement to our guests. Thank you again, Wolf. You'll never know how important you've been to the people I serve. Pleasure, Sam. Anything else? No. Anything to help? Anything to help. That's how it should go. You're a true friend of the Cruise Bazaar. Yeah, I've uncovered what Humanus is up to. Beckenbauer eyes the plans on the datapad, then nods grimly. This fits the Humanus' established pattern of behavior, horrific and vile. According to this datapad, Humanus compounds all over Berlin have received similar shipments. They are planning to deploy gas tomorrow morning. He exhales sharply, then nods again. I have a feeling that the Flux State will have a thing or two to say about that. Stahl has overstepped his bounds. His hubris will be his undoing. Actually, I was his undoing. Volker Stahl is no longer among the living. That is excellent news. I'm not ashamed to say that I wished the man dead. He deserved whatever you did to him. And now I'm going to see to it that the rest of his twisted organization suffers the same way that he did. You mark my words. Within the next few hours, the Humanist Polyclub is going to take a hammering that will make the Night of Rage look like a peace rally. I owe you a great deal, Wolf. We all do. I will wire your payment to the account number that Amsel provided. Marvelous. Does anyone else have anything to talk about? Alexei Lane leans on his crutch while staring into the Berlin sky. Nothing moves above but grey clouds. His faraway look is only broken when you approach. Something I can do for you? I wanted to hear more about the war. Lane grumbles and massages phantom pain in his synthetic legs. Damn it, why won't the world just let an old soldier fade away, like MacArthur promised? You were military? Where did you serve? Back home, with the Finnish Defence Force, Jaeger Brigade. Lane clenches and unclenches a fist, either out of repressed anger or more phantom pain. His weathered face betrays nothing. The Russians thought to come at us from the north as well as the west, through the Lapland, thinking us weaker there. They thought wrong, and the snow was painted pink on both sides of the border. Tell me more about the Euro Wars. Doubt there's much I could tell you that you wouldn't have learned in school, that you should have learned in school. Russians invaded. Hell, if I can remember why. World was more of a mess back then than it is today, if you ask me. They attacked Poland and Finland first. Poland broke within months, opening the door into Germany. I had no contacts in Berlin back then, mind you. Can't really say how bad things were. Had battles of my own to worry about. Just checking in. I appreciate the effort you're making, but you've got some big shoes to fill around here. Monica was important to this place. You have no idea, but I imagine you soon will. Nothing stays secret for long in the F-state. The flux demands transparency. The truth will always get out, and the truth about Monica's death is now on the breeze, flowing through the streets of Berlin. Next come visitors of uncertain intent. Some may just be bottom feeders, sniffing after the leavings of the dead. Others will be hunters, looking to exploit a leaderless tribe. You still think us leaderless? The old troll squints at you as if looking through a jeweler's loop. Not sure yet. There are trying times ahead. Seen it before. Too many times before. Alright. Let's go divvy up some dinghies. Simi Kim weaves an awkward dance through scattered refuse. Her two thin legs wobble, but she keeps her footing throughout. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. That's lovely singing, Kim. Do you like the song? It means tomorrow will be a better day. Monica used to say something like that. When I was tired, when I was sad, when I only wanted to sleep, she would tell me that. She told me I'd forget, that the pain would go away. I've lived many lives, but I've been an orphan more times than anything. It was the first story I found when I needed to get away. Anybody ever tried to get you off the Sims? But I need them. Monica understood that, and Zach says they're safe. I don't know what I'd do without them. Without them I dream, and I don't want to dream. I don't want to remember. They help me forget. They help me be strong and smart, and I never lose anyone. That makes it a good thing, right? Better to be strong and smart in the real world. I wish I could be. Do you like it in the Cruise Bazaar? Kim turns her head so as to not look you in the eye. Her posture is that of someone who fears possible repercussions of her answer. It's good. I can get what I need from Zach Flash or Doc Escabel, and they let me pay however I can. Monica was always nice, and Paul Amsel and the Angel is nice to me usually. I know Monica's gone now, but I can still say, right? Of course you can. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I don't know what else I would do. Yeah, I'm not an asshole. Or am I? Deliver the Humanist donor list. The machine accepts the data upload. Blah blah blah. The phone's old LCD readout displays the text. Freedom, equality, information. Blah blah blah. Was there anything else I wanted to do here? Or was it just... Nope, that was it. Off we go. Any more people to talk to down here? Just Lucky Strike. Do you got anything else to say? Hey again. What's you need? I don't believe we've met. Yeah, we have met, but... Yeah, I know who you are. I heard what happened to your boss. It happens. Do I know it? So you need something? Did you know Monica? That's your prerogative, but then you didn't really know her. I do have eyes and can see what's been happening to the Cruise Bazaar since she got geeked. The whole place is falling apart. My guess is that a variety of factors are to blame, but it sounds like you're going to blame it all on Monica. Ooh, touche. Alright, let's assume that there are a bunch of different things going on. That doesn't change the fact that the illustrious Frau Schaefer made herself into a leader, and guess what? In an anarchist system, there aren't supposed to be any leaders. You and your friends, you followed Monica too. Obeyed her orders with that question, right? She was our team leader. Of course we listened to her. I've got a newsflash for you, friend. Here in Berlin, teams don't have leaders. The very idea of a team leader runs counter to the spirit of this place. For such a rabid anarchist, your friend seemed awfully comfortable being in power. Fair point, but you aren't going to change my opinion. I wasn't trying to. Remarkable thing about living in a free society, we're allowed to have different opinions. Don't take it personally. One last thing, I can't stop you from filling Schaefer's shoes. You're already doing it. Blah blah blah, good of you to care, blah blah blah. Already spoke all of that shit already. So I think we gave this guy something, didn't we? Oi, talk to me. So, what was in that drug? Well, about that. I sure hope you haven't been taking that stuff. Oh no, never. A friend of mine used it once. I put a small sample in my mass spectrometer, and I noticed a very curious odor, quite sweet in fact, but commingled with the smell of burnt plastic. I examined a bit under the microscope while it was running. My eyes came to the same conclusion as the spectrometer, though it did narrow down some specifics. Basically, what you have here is a crystalline version of the methamphetamine cram, which is popular in some neighbouring Kias. It hasn't caught on around the cruise bazaar yet though. These crystals were ground into a fine dust, then it was cut with powdered sugar and what appears to be polycarbonate glitter. I would imagine that when the drug is administered, the glitter would open micro-lacerations in the skin, allowing the drug's effects to be felt more rapidly. Due to the powdered sugar and glitter though, I would imagine that you're getting less cram than you would from pure uncut sauce. Thanks for the rundown, Doc. No problem. Okay, I wonder if we can ask our friend Flash about this drug now. So with the bandages on your hands, you fought a spirit with your bare hands. Did I say fought? Oh, I can't even raise the fact that I know what it is with him anymore. Boo. Welcome back, you need some weapons, blah blah blah, nope. Do I need weapons actually? The only thing is I have no idea, because I don't know what the others are equipped with. Hello, maintenance worker, why are you looking so sad? Hey buddy, sorry to bother you, but I could use some help over here. You want to make a little extra sketch? Shouldn't take long. What's the problem? Me and my buddy Victor got called in from the next Kia's over. Something's wrong with the sewers around here. Your local plumbers and mechanics are all useless. Vic and I talked to him, tried to get him to give us the maintenance schedules for your sewer pumps. They just scratched their heads at us, said that the machinery down there just took care of itself. My best guess is that the pumps you have shut down. Happens from time to time without proper maintenance. When the pumps shut down, the waste starts piling up and it's causing some pretty major overflows downstream. Doesn't sound like something I'd be good at. Just hear me out, guy. This has to get done, but I think that something got Victor. That's why I need your help. Okay. The problem is probably something basic, a clog that needs to be cleared, something like that. Restarting the pump should take care of it, but no goddamn way am I going in there. If you'll do the job for me, I'll give you the million we were paid for it. I don't need it, you can have it. I can live without the money, but someone's got to fix those pumps before I can leave. How much noon are we talking about? 500. For a quick job this quick, it's good money. Okay. You're a lifesaver, chummer. If you find Victor, well, if he's still alive down there, tell him I'm sorry. Okay, cool. Another job. Who's that? Oh, Cammy. Let's talk to these guys, see if they want to... Wolf, welcome back to Agenon's. Enjoy your time here in the light. A half smile crosses her lips. Soon enough you'll be wallowing in darkness. That was an awfully strange way to start a conversation. Was it? Then I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. She looks away. I merely comment on what I see. Hey, he's opened up. Hello again. May I help you? I have a question for you. You're in luck. I have a great many answers. Agenon, what do you know about the great dragon Feuerschwing? The elf ponders for a moment, twisting a ring on his right hand. Feuerschwing, the Firewing. That's a name that hasn't been heard in some time. Over 40 years, I believe, though I cannot say for certain. Time and I do not get along. She was among the first of the great dragons to awaken, and the first to be killed by meta-humanity, or so the story goes. Looks like I asked the right person. You have insight? I do, into a great many matters. Absinthe interjects. A great dragon is not like other awakened creatures, whereas a basilisk is nothing more than a Komodo dragon whose genetic structure was mutated by magic's return. A great dragon is a creature of magic. A creature that has seen more than one cycle of the world. This is the 6th. When a great dragon falls, the sound resonates across time and space. And therefore you would know? He opens his hands. I am merely suggesting that the story is incomplete. Feuerschwing awakened, along with Lofwehr, Nebelheer, and Kaltenstein, around the first decade of this century. She was the first seen over the Harz Mountains, and after a long flight announcing her presence, she began raining fire on every town and village she came across. Sounds like she woke up grumpy. Angry, deranged, or something else. What motivates a being such as her? No one knows. Feuerschwing was never engaged in dialogue. German military forces are said to have killed her over the SOX the year she emerged. This, after months of fire, devastation, and terror. Her body was never recovered. Whenever I hear the body was never recovered, I immediately think faked her own death. Beware the holovids, my friend. They'll rot your brain. Nevertheless, it is possible that the Firewing still exists. Dragons are cunning. Quite cunning. And a sealed emergency zone is, by its very nature, sealed. We cannot know what happens inside with certainty. One must wonder what effect the radiation from a nuclear meltdown might have had upon her. Any theories? Agenon crosses his arms across his chest. No, I do not deal in theory. Despite her death, there was a rumor that she had been seen over Iceland some time after her fall, but it has never been confirmed. Some speculate that the viewer witnessed her astral form and that her body still lies in the SOX. Is there anything else you need to know? Have you ever heard of a gang called the Kreuzritters? Sadly, yes. They are quite active here in Berlin. They're fascists, plain and simple. They cling to Christian doctrine to justify their actions, but they are killers first and religious fanatics second. Just what is the deal with religion here anyway? I've never paid much attention myself. Well, it's complicated. We stand in a country that has clung to its religious heritage with considerable zeal. In much of the developed world, the awakening shifted public perception away from organized religion. But here in Germany, it had the opposite effect. While many developed nations have adopted spiritualism, some here might call it paganism as their de facto belief system. The Germany of 2054 remains a Christian nation. Whether that's a good thing or a bad one is open to interpretation. I take no stand in the matter either way. And what do you believe? I am a simple traveller and a seeker of truth. I believe what I directly observe, and I have observed. His voice trails off, and a corner of his mouth twitches up into a smile. Much. In my view, all belief systems are essentially different ways of interpreting the same thing. Magic is an underlying force of the universe. It's a fundamental truth. Religion is the lens the societies use to focus the enormity of that truth into something that their people can understand. But what is the source of magic? Where does the truth come from? You ask questions that have no answers, young elf. The elf strokes his beard, a contemplative look on his face. My experiences lead me to suspect that magic is its own source. You may, of course, choose to believe differently. It matters little to me either way. So you think the world's religions are wrong, then? Did I say that? No, young elf. If anything, I am saying that all belief systems are equally valid. After all, they are all different interpretations of the truth, and how can the truth be wrong? I don't buy any of this. We're dealing with fundamental contradictions here. If one philosophy says there's no God, and another says there are hundreds of them, they can't both be right. Could a Kabbalist create a golem if his faith were misplaced? Could a Voodooist Hogan commune with the lower if they did not exist? Could a Shinto Kanushi channel the power of kami spirits if they were figments of his imagination? All of these things happen in the Sixth World, and yet the traditional forms of many religions would each claim that the others are wrong. It's a conundrum, to be sure. The world's great religions have been struggling with it ever since the Awakening. He offers you an apologetic smile. This is a problem that I cannot solve for you, young elf. You'll have to find your own answers. You've given me a lot to think about. What are you selling? What do you got? Ooh. That is armor 6, unarmed and willpower, occult robes, charisma and spirit. Obviously, occult robes, right? And obviously that. Lightning bolt 3, lightning ball 1, fireball 2, flamethrower 3, mana bolt 3. Mana ball 2. Holy shit, look at that, he looks cool. I'm so confused. Why can't I unequip that? Ah, there we go. Here we go. Right, what are we saying? Flamethrower. Heal wounds. Heals all the damage from the most recent attack. Oh, that's got a lesser cooldown actually. Yeah, okay. And let's get rid of Mana Ball 2. Start from the beginning. We'll start with Heal Wound. Then I've got Flamethrower 1, Lightning Bolt 1. I definitely got some level 3s. What did we get? Haste 3, definitely. One target. So Flamethrower 3, definitely. Ball Lightning does 12 damage AoE 2. Fireball, hell yes. Fireball. And should we also have Mana Ball, maybe? Mana Ball or Ball Lightning? AoE 2 damage. Ball Lightning has much longer cooldown. Also does -1 AP, ongoing -5 HP, and -1 AP. And Lightning Bolt 3. Go on then. Thanks for that, dude. Cammy. She tips an invisible hat. Hey there, remember me from the cafe? Name's Cammy. You looking for something? Well, who you are for one thing. I'm Altug's ears and hands outside of the cafe. Call me Cammy. I wear a couple of hats. A barrister, a gopher. Keep my eyes and ears open. Let's just say I get on by trading stories. So I can count on you to hear what's going on? Like I said, only if you've got something juicy for me. Or if Altug wants me to tell you something, but that's rare. I may be his ears and hands, but he's got enough of a voice all by himself. So what's the story between you two? She grins and winks lasciviously at you. Oh, surely you've guessed. That lucky bastard. She chuffs loudly. You wish. If you're really curious though, I'll tell you about it sometime. Right now though, I have some errands to run. Come over sometime and we can chat over hookah or something, yeah? She lazily tips an invisible hat at you before turning her focus to a comm at her wrist. She looks up from her comm, idly blowing gum. Blah 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 blah. Hello again, I hear you've been busy. Gossip travels fast, doesn't it? It's not gossip, it's work. Survival, really. What makes it that you need to survive working like this? Wait, is she a child? Well, you know, Altug always says, if you do not spy, how will you know who's boss? She waves her hand as though to excuse her poor memory, or something like that. I'm just a kid. What do I know? If you don't know, maybe you shouldn't be playing hooky. Cammy puffs up indignantly, and you realise how young she must really be. She couldn't be out of her teens yet. And what does that mean? If you're really gathering intel, you need some street smarts. You're still wet behind the ears. You'd be surprised what I know, but you don't seem like the perceptive type, so that's to be expected. She practically hisses her response, her eyes suddenly narrowed and venomous. She looks down, then exhales. Then the clouds leave her bright face. Listen, I have better things to do right now than get ticked. We'll chat later, okay? Cammy brightens up as you approach, grinning widely. Hey there, Altug was just telling me you were around. I was wondering if you might be willing to trade a story or two. Alright, you first. What's the deal with you and Altug? Well, the whole ears and hands thing, plus the barista junk. I already knew that. Alright, I suppose I've heard a lot about you around the Cruise Bazaar. It's only fair you know a bit about me. I never really went to school. Pretty much been a street kid as long as I can remember, and there was so much to learn from people outside of school that I never really bothered. Makes it difficult to get a job, so as all good street kids do, I chose a place to haunt with my friends and always hung out there. That was Altug's cafe, and he was super nice about me and mine. I felt more comfortable with him than I ever did mine Vata. Her eyes narrow, only for the briefest moment of the word. And we talked a lot when I was waiting around for my friends. He must have been fairly comfortable with me too, otherwise he wouldn't have offered me a job. And really, what is it that you do? Technically I'm the barista, but like I said before, ears and hands. I run his errands, I gather gossip, and sometimes I even make coffee. I much prefer his hookah options though. Real coffee makes me feel paranoid. Speaking of which, I should probably get back to work. See you around. A little busy right now, chum. Places to be, things to do and all that. Come by later, I'll have time to chat. The Turk flashes his wry smile and winks at you knowingly. I'm told you've been quite busy of late, O Wanderer of the Shadows. My street rats tell me the business is picking up. Is that the man who has taken over for Monica, Buragazi? Who does it look like, you rotundity? The Pope from the Vatican? Give him a soy calf, a big one. Put it on my account. I like the cut of his jib. A large soy calf? My, you are the generous one, Goldschmidt. Are you sure you can afford such a gesture? The fat man frowns. And a scone. I was going to say, and a scone as well. Nothing is too good for him. As you desire, O ample one, the Turk whispers. The man is a moron, but he eats his weight in baklava and pastries, so who am I to care? Now, what is it that you'd like? Nothing. I'm just investigating. Welcome back. What can I do for you? Got that drone fixed yet? I do. Just finished it before you arrived. There's a complication though. What is it? This drone's got a custom AIOS stack on it. Someone wrote code that sits on the bootloader and configures the drone to only accept commands from a specific user. The thing works like a computer virus, so there's no way I can rip it out unless I got another brain from this model of drone. Before you ask, yes, I looked into that. Problem is, this is a stolen corp drone, a discontinued model of a stolen corp drone. There are no parts for this thing on the market around here. So unless you know who locked this thing up so tight, you're not going to get more use out of it than a doorstop. Well, I'll ask around, thanks. That's just balls, isn't it? Right, we're going to go in the safe house, and then we're going to save, and then we're going to finish the stream. Hooray! Save. Save the game. Create new save. Save. Amazing. Amazing. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.